Hello and welcome to my house jungle tour. House jungle tour? Jungle house tour? Tour jungle? To my house jungle. Welcome. So this is the house. Butterfly. Butterfly. Hi, butterfly. Hi. Sorry, I got distracted. I moved to this house about 2 months and a half. For 2 weeks, I lived with a friend, and then she moved out, and I've been living in this house by myself. And it's been one of the greatest experiences I've had so far since I started traveling. Solo traveling and traveling in a motorhome by myself, it was a big challenge. But being in an open space, I'm gonna show you now how it is by myself with all the jungle animals, and I'm in Costa Rica, so many animals here can actually be dangerous. It's a whole different challenge for my mind. So like there is different ways where the survival gets activated, and I had it activated in many ways while traveling. This is a whole new one for me, and so it was a whole new challenge, and I'm grateful for it because it really taught me to move with the jungle, to move at the peace of my surroundings, the animals, and to slow down a lot, to learn patience. And it's been an incredible experience, and it's been very healing. I was coming out from a process of abusive relationship where I had so much to heal, and this place really has been like the last piece I needed to fully heal my nervous system. I am really excited to show you this incredible place. Okay, so let's start the tour. So this is the house from the outside, and let's dive in. So first and foremost, the living room. It has a fridge, coffee maker. It has this beautiful cooker with this beautiful set that I created, as you can tell. Because as you can see, it's fully open. Meaning that it gets windy. And when it gets windy, as you can imagine, the fire doesn't stay there. So this has been a perfect invention. And then because obviously it's in the jungle and I don't really have many things, I did buy this to keep my food. And in here, it's a bit messy, but I have my food and the bananas. And that's because the bananas in the fridge, they get very hard and then you cannot eat them. And so I keep them in here because I actually used to hang them in here. And then there was these bags that used to eat them. So I did do that to keep it safe. And then I try to have everything covered and keep it as safe as I can. Some of the utensils are hanging, and then what will happen is that there's a lot of spider webs, obviously, and you just try to move around. So what I try to do when I find spider webs is I try to move around them. At the beginning, I was super scared. I was like, but I realized that I just see it this way. So if I bother them, they're gonna bother me. So I'm like, okay, let's find a way around it. If I ever have to move their house a little bit, I'll make sure that they can run somewhere. I'll be okay. This is where I clean my plates. I was told I could drink this water. I'll be completely honest, it comes brown sometimes. I think I'm okay. As you can tell here, there is no TV anywhere. And the reason of that is because, for example, here, a lot of times I have monkeys. Today, I actually had the monkey here that was actually telling me, hey, like, this is my territory. And I had to say, no, this land is mine, please. I have a TV 24/7 monkeys, toucans, and a lot of type of birds and a lot of animals. And look at these views. So what is beautiful is that right there is where the sunset happens. And then that's where the sunrise happens. This here is the toilet. And it's not fully closed, as you can tell. So these are the views when you are, can you see there? I just make it a bit darker so you can see. But these are the views when you're showering, and it's incredible. And the toilet, obviously, and there's no net. And sometimes when you're trying to shower and it gets windy, the water doesn't have so much strength, so it just flies away and it gets very cold. Because even though we're in the Caribbean, up here, it can get cold. I've sometimes been wearing like long trousers, socks, hoodie, and even a blanket, and I have a hot bottle of water. Because obviously, as I said, it's all open. Up here is 100 meters up from the sea. There is no walls, no nothing that stops the wind. So all the wind and the colder wind comes through here. I get very cold. Also, it's me. I get cold very easily. But I'm not the only one. Like, people get cold up here. Let's move to the next thing in the house. Here's the washing machine. And here is the washing and the tumble dryer. Well, what I mean is just spinner, but this is the one. Here is my bike that I have it in here, and there's a hammock. A beautiful, 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 beautiful hammock. And this just so cute. Although I have all these spiders living here, look. I have many, many, many spiders living. Let's see if we can focus onto the spiders. Hi, spider. Well, I cannot focus on them, but there's a lot of spiders. And I have this amazing big table where I can do gatherings, or I can just use it and work in different spaces as I've been doing. And then time to go upstairs. The beautiful balcony from the views on top. This is the spare room, and that's us. Now it's just a reading room, and then like I have anything that's like books and papers and some extra things, and then my bag is there. And then the main room. This is my room. This is my bed. This is a king size bed. I get lost in it. A bit messy, but it's all my clothes. There is a mirror here. Again, hi, this is us. And I have this because I don't like having a mirror looking at me at night. Not having the mirror looking at the bed, it's a bit of a witchy thing. Don't want to know what happens when there's a reflection happening while you're sleeping. I already have like very vivid dreams. And so I don't want that to mirror itself. So anyways, and then, so here's the next balcony. And the last room that is more of a studio that I sometimes use here to write because it has this beautiful view also. And this will be the whole tour of the house. And it's been an incredible experience so far. I'm sad that it's coming to an end. Also, if you've seen, there's these things that I've put on the doors. If you're wondering, that's because I already had my first scorpion experience that it actually went up on here and it was on top of this net. And it wasn't fun. And the only advice I had is put these things in the doors. What was incredible is when I managed to get it out, because I actually asked to the scorpion, please leave. And he actually did. I don't know, don't ask. When he made it out, it went flat. It was outside, scared. And it was flat. But flat like it just, I don't know what it did. And then I realized that with that door, it can actually go underneath it. And I'm like, not risking it. So I have these things in the door to avoid that. I've also had a snake coming into my room. Obviously, this is not going to stop the snake coming into the room. So usually they advise me don't leave the doors open. I usually don't now because I wanted to do the tour, have them open. But I'm going to go and close them in a second to avoid anything happening. But let me know what you think of this beautiful house. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Any questions you have, let me know. And I'll answer. If there's anything you want to see from this house, I'll show you. Oh, the butterfly's back. Hi, butterfly. Ooh. Sorry, I got distracted.